Welcome to the Daily Dish with New York Times bestselling author Leanne Ely. Putting vibrancy back into your everyday life and feeding your heart, mind, body, and soul. Join us every day at 1 p.m. Eastern for Motivational Monday, Tuesday's Tip, Wise Woman's Wednesday, Thirsty Thursday, Food Fight Friday, and of course Q&A, where no question is off limits, and Soulful Saturday. Here is your host, Leanne Ely, and the Daily Dish.
Hello everyone, welcome. It's Thursday. It is Thirsty Thursday and I'm literally drinking a little bit of hot melt mix. How are you guys doing? Hot melt mix right here. Yep, for the win. It's electrolytes. Some way, that's a self-care tip too, by the way. Electrolytes help us, our body process a whole heck of a lot better. Anyway, welcome, come on in. It's good to see everyone. Thank you for joining me today, Denise. Nice to see you. Got a lot on my plate today. I wrote a little bit more than I normally do, but I felt like today is a really good day for us to kind of circle the wagons a little bit and get back to our center, our beautiful self, where we really do live, and give ourselves the love and nurture that we need, especially today after yesterday. So hi, Beverly, good to see you. And I just want to first, again, thank you for just the great support that you have given us, how much you have keep supporting our website, our program, our supplements, everything. And I'm just delighted to share with you tonight what our next step is. So I hope you're signed up for the webinar tonight. It's at 7 p.m. and that's Eastern, of course. So get yourself a seat. Even if you can't make it, if you get yourself a seat, you at least can come back and watch the replay. How do you like that? SavingDinner.com/burn. That's what tonight's is. This is the Daily Dish, by the way. That's the name of our show. And the Daily Dish is to bring people, women, back to their vibrant lives that they want to lead. Heart, mind, body, and soul. We recognize that, we are not just a jean size, we're not just a tube of lipstick or an errand runner or any of that. We are all those things and then some. And there's a beautiful part of us inside that sometimes gets neglected. And we need that love and nurture, don't we? I know I do. Anyway, today's quote of the week, let me just share that with you and get this started. Don't give up what you want most for what you want now. And, hello cookies, right? We had a little cookie discussion going on in the Hot Melt Sprint group. This is the truth, because so often what ruins our perfectly good goals, what ruins all the things that we want to get and have and do in our lives is this now factor. And we need to get over ourselves just a little bit and start seeing beyond the right now of the temptation of a cookie or whatever else it is. You have the ability, you have the opportunity at any time that you make a decision for yourself to say no to this kind of stuff. The more you say no to the stuff that's holding you back from what it is that you really truly want, the more you develop that decision muscle, and it's easier to say yes to the things you do want. Keep that in mind and play that back in your head and use this quote. We found this on Sarah Preston's her vibrant vision board. So today is it's Thirsty Thursday, isn't it? Thirsty Thursday. Who's thirsty for some truth and some nurture and some help with all the garbage that's been going on in this world? The whole world is lit up right now. We'll talk about it. But right now, we're going to talk about the multivitamin. These are slamming out the door. If you put 4 in your cart, it's as if you only put 3 in. That's all you'll pay for. And you'll get free shipping. You can go to SavingDinner.com/show. That's how you get our supplement of the week. We have many people, they just wait for their supplement to come up. That's how they purchase, because a free bottle, come on. Good deal, right? So check it out, SavingDinner.com/show. I have, I think, 2 bottles of Vibrant Body Detox left. We start on Monday with this. This is our next challenge after we stop our sprinting. And I don't know about you, but I feel great. I've been sprinting full on, even though I wanted a glass of wine or a bottle of vodka last night, watching the news, I said no to all of that and said, my vibrancy is more important than this momentary pain. I can certainly handle it without that. I mean, you know how it is. Anyway, so we have that. You can find out more about that. Go to savingdinner.com/restore. That'll also give you the webinar that just kind of teaches you about what a detox should be about, because it's addressing our natural detoxification systems that we already have in our body and gently assisting them with what the work that they need to do. And after the holidays, I think it's a really good idea to get on this. We have a program, of course, menus, recipes, shopping lists, all to support you while you do this. It's reasonably priced. It's 10 days, and afterwards, if you are part, and you're gonna get feeling really good. So, how do you like that? I like that a lot. What else do we have to tell you? Oh, I do have something else to tell you because people are really going crazy about our little packs. These are our quote decks. And you can find them at savingdinner.com/quote. If you buy 2, you'll get shipping free. And this is how we set up our environment for success. Because around us, we should have a pantry and a refrigerator full of food that fuels us for the kind of life that we want to live. Vibrant? Anyone? Right? We should have things around us that bless us, that make us feel good. A home that supports us. All the people, of course. But also, around our environment, we need to have things that excite us and give us a little bit of yumminess, I love quotes because quotes, I've been using quotes probably for the last 10 years. They light me up. They help me to stay focused. I always have one in front of me. I'm always writing them out. I have them as screensavers. They're amazing things. Here's one. If you are persistent, you will get it. If you are consistent, that's my word of the year, consistent, you will keep it. That's our friend Harvey McKay. If you've never seen Harvey McKay, go check him out on YouTube. He'll light you up. Not only do we give you this, but we also give you this little cute wooden stand so you can perch it on your desk so that you can take a look at it on the regular. I'll tell you what, when you keep looking at these things regularly, you start to say, yeah, that's it. That's what I want to be looking at. That's why I always have a quote of the week for you, because I want you to start thinking beyond your own thinking and start putting in these great thinkers' thoughts into your head. Doesn't it light you up? I love being lit up. I don't know about you guys, but I'm all about that. Also, I will have you know, and you can find them at savingdinner.com/quote. These are great gifts. They're great for you and great for a good friend. They're really fun. I've got you all situated with everything for tonight, right? You're coming, right? I mean, how can you not come? savingdinner.com/burn. Get your seat. I will tell you, not only are you going to get a little bit of an education, you want to take down some notes and all of that, and I always have a great deal for you too, but the social aspect is pretty darn great. We have the best time. We do have the best time. This is our coffee clutch. This is how we get together. Well, I should say our wine circle with no wine. But anyway, guess what? You're invited. Come to savingdinner.com/burn and you can just sign on up. Also, I wanted to just let you know that if you are interested in really getting a grip, instead of those darn New Year's resolutions, which are probably already forgotten, try our Take Back Your Life journal. Now, I have a couple of hardbacks still left. We found some during the move. But for $15, you can get a PDF and have all the downloads that you need. You get the webinar that teaches you exactly how to use it, and it's going to light you up because it's going to show you how to do goals without them being overwhelming. That's at savingdinner.com/journal. I want you to know about that just because I've had a few people ask me, I'm so overwhelmed with goals. I don't know how to do them. I don't feel them and they're too hard and I never do it every year. I get it. The system's wrong. Well, I've changed the system for a bunch of women like us who just need the little tiny ways of doing them, the ways that we can fit them in to our daily life. I love that. When we can fit them into our daily life, guess what happens? They happen. It's just amazing. And we'll be, at the end of the year, different women than we are today. That's a goal. That's a goal. We want to take back and find ourselves, don't we? Again, or whatever it is. But we also want to go one step beyond. We want to live vibrant lives. We want to live up-leveled lives. And we want to do it in a way that's purposeful, that lights us up and lights others up as we go. Because when we're doing this, when we're giving out, we're getting back. And it's just the way the world works, It's just how the world spins on its axis. It gives us that opportunity to be more than we've ever been. It's so true. I see this all the time, and I watch women in front of my very eyes bloom, full bloom, like our conference. And how exciting is that? How exciting is that? Don't forget, Q&A is tomorrow. You can send in a question to support@savingdinner.com. Question for Leanne on Friday in the subject line. Ask me anything. I'm all ears. You can ask me nutrition questions, cooking questions, whatever. I'll tell you. Supplement questions. I get asked that all the time. I want to support you any way that I can. This is the way that you can access me directly. Okay, so check that out. Today I'm wearing my t-shirt that says "Just Breathe" because I don't know about you, I sure need a big deep breath. After yesterday's stuff, I found it deeply disturbing. I'm sure you did too. Most of us did. It was kind of crazy town. And anyway, I'm not going to rattle on. I'm not going to give you a political perspective. I'm not going to talk about that. I'm going to talk to you woman to woman on how we deal with trauma, how we recover, and what we need to know about ourselves and what we need to know about each other, and how we can come together to be stronger after this aftermath. Because we've all been traumatized in some way or fashion. Probably, yesterday, I don't know about you, but horror is the key word for me. Disturbing, absolutely disturbing. Here's the thing that I know, though. Here's the thing that I know. If I get sucked into that whole tunnel, that whole funnel of crazy town, then I'm going to be a part of that problem and not a part of the solution. Pulling out is a part of the solution, and saying that is enough. We know what it was. We don't need to watch this whole insurrection happen on repeat over and over again. It is a lot like, I think Marla said it yesterday, it's a lot like 9/11 was. And, at the time of 9/11, I remember very clearly we were on this whole track of, it's boot camp, let's get it done. I was the mess sergeant, and it was just like, go, go, go. And afterwards, we went, hold the phone. We needed a whole more gentle approach. We changed it all up, and it went all back to the place of nurture. And she made a very good point yesterday in tea time, which is the only thing we really have control over is our own little nest, our own little community, ourselves. And yes, that is so true. But I want to talk about what trauma does to us. It affects us bodily. It affects us emotionally. It affects us spiritually. It affects us in all different kinds of ways. And I don't want to brush that off and say, just, it's time to pull ourselves up by the bootstraps and move on. I'm not dismissing a thing. You know what I'm asking you to do, though? I'm asking you to process this stuff, to process it the best that you can in a way that's going to hold you in a place of safety and hold you in a place of love and care. Because putting yourself out there, and I've seen this all day long, on Facebook, I was just like, oh, just got to get off. Just all I want to do is go over into the Hot Milk Sprint group and talk to my ladies, because I don't want to be thrown in, sucked in, and start this whole blame shift thing, and it was this group and it was that group. I've seen enough of it, It's enough. What happened yesterday was enough to make my cousins in England say, wow, this is going on. It was a global shakeup for the world, and it was a shakeup for all of us individually. And that's what I'm going to be talking today, because we are all deeply disturbed. We're all deeply distressed, and we are, this is, day one post-trauma. What do we do? How do we come to this place of taking care of ourselves, taking care of the people around us, and loving ourselves enough so that we're not going to be putting ourselves back out into harm's way? Let's talk about that, because I really think that this is so very important. I've got for you several things. First of all, I want to go through some ideas that I had. I've been all the stuff that I wrote down, just like this is a brain dump of what I'm doing for myself today. And then we're going to get into some self-care tips, because self-care, this is when self-care comes to the rescue, it makes a difference. It makes a difference because it tells your brain immediately, you're important, you count. Don't just throw yourself out there like a sacrificial lamb. Come back in and take care of all of you. You got that? Take care of all of you. Body, mind, and soul. This is the Daily Dish Show. We do this, body, mind, and soul, don't we? Heart, body, mind, and soul. This is exactly what we're going to do right now. So number one thing I want you to look at, we don't need to go out there and fight for what's right. Being right isn't the thing. I did a show probably, I guess maybe last summer, about talking about being right. And it was through my own brokenness that I understood that being right was causing this schism in a relationship that I had with a family member. Being right isn't the most important thing. You know what the most important thing is? The most important thing is just backing away and letting these things work out the way they're supposed to work out. You don't have control over that, but you do have control over your Facebook feed. You do have control over how many comments you're going to make. You do have control over several things that you're going to do. This knee-jerk reaction of wanting to get into this melee of crazy isn't going to make a difference. If we think for a minute that our little post on Facebook, out of how many millions of people that they have on there, is going to make a difference, or a tweet, or Parler, or God help us there, or Clubhouse, the other ones, do we really think that's going to help? All it is sucking you away from the focus of yourself, of your family, of the people that you love, and it's not making a difference. Hand to God, it is not making a difference. It's not making a difference. It's not making you feel better. It's sucking away your time. It's taking away your energy. For what purpose? What purpose? There's no purpose there. I'm just going to say it. There is no purpose there. The purpose is to maybe make you feel better, but at the end of the day, when you go back and circle up your wagons, you're going to say, it didn't. It only added to it, because that became the thing that you were focused on. So, and then the other thing that it does is it us versus them some more. Do we really need to be doing that? Haven't we had enough? Haven't we seen what us versus them does? Us versus them makes our fellow Americans enemies out of each other. God help us to not do this anymore. We've had enough. Can't we just stop it and love one another? Lay it down. Hold on to your philosophy, hold on to your politics, your religion, the way you eat, hold on to everything, but stop this insanity and stop being a part of it. If you divide, you don't love. Have you noticed that? This division doesn't at all feed love. It feeds more division, more divisiveness, and then we turn each other into enemies. Let's stop. That's number one. And I also want to say, your peace comes from within, not without. You're not going to get peace on Facebook or any of these social media platforms. You're not. When you make a decision for yourself to bring peace in, you will. You will. That's where your peace is. Not out there in social media land having a fight with somebody who doesn't hold the same ideals that you do. Doesn't work. Number two, guard your thoughts. There's a Bible verse about guarding our tongue and guarding our minds. Why? Because when we let in all this evil, I will call it evil. When we let this stuff in, what are we doing? Think about this. Let me ask you this. What would happen if you just opened the gates of your fence with your dog running around? Do you think for a minute that your dog's going to get let out? Do you think your dog's going to say, oh no, I really shouldn't go there? No, your dog's going to say, terrific, let's go. Ba-doom, ba-doom, ba-doom. Down the street he goes, in harm's way. That's what happens when we don't guard our thoughts. We are in harm's way. Getting out of there. Boom, 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 boom. There it is, right there. Guard your heart, for it is the wellspring of life. When we're guarding our heart, we're guarding our minds, we're guarding our thoughts, we're guarding our hearts, we're guarding our families, we're guarding ourselves. And I'll tell you what, it's time to bring out the mama bear. You all know what a mama bear is. And I don't care if you've never had children. Mama bears are protective and they will take out who's going to take down their family. So I want you to have the guts to do this for yourself. Stand up, roar, put your claws up. Enough is enough. Control your, the number 3 is control your control. Here's, the world is spinning out of control. And it will spin out of control if you allow it into your home. The world there's a lot out there. I'm not asking you to put your head in the sand. What I'm asking you to do is to just allow all this stuff to calm down. Allow all this stuff to happen out there. There is nothing you can do about it, but you can control the things that you can control. You can control the things that's coming into your home. You can turn it off at any time. Don't listen to the podcasts, all the political podcasts and what have you. Stop doing all of this. It's time to retreat. Retreat. We need rest. We need calm. We need peace. We need loving kindness. We need the things in our lives that feed our heart, mind, body, and soul. And we can't do that when we continually let the garbage in. You have all the control in the world. You do. You do. And Lucy just said, my home, it truly is my haven. Make it that way for yourselves. We do that. Lucy made her home her haven. And we can do that at any time. And it comes with turning off the television. I remember when 9/11 happened and I had little kids and I was horrified and I was crying. They were scared. And Mom was, and I tried to explain as best I could, but watching the continuing everything falling down, everything happening, all this stuff, and then the next thing, and then the next thing, it's one catastrophe after the other. We don't need to permit these little eyes and hearts to be around that. And we don't need to do that for ourselves. We have the control. Use your control button. And number 4 is let's focus on being the rising tide, because you are already. This is where our focus needs to be, on ourselves and what it is that we do. We need to flip the trauma as much as we can. I mean, I'm not saying don't process it. Yes, process it. But we need to flip the trauma and start looking to be helpers. What's going on here? Yesterday, while all of this garbage was going on, that COVID was out of control, this, that, and the other thing, people are out of food. Maybe you could go give some food to a food bank. They're not getting what they need. We've got people who are in distress. How about instead of being keyboard warriors and going into this whole muddled mess, we instead say there are people out there that need help. Oh, there's ways of doing it. Hundreds of ways of doing it. Maybe even if you can't get out, if you can't do anything, then sit and pray for each one of them. Get on a phone bank and say, how can I help? Call Meals on Wheels. I am a spokesperson for Meals on Wheels. Call Meals on Wheels and ask, can I help deliver meals for you? That's how we get out of ourselves. That's how we get out of the milieu of just garbage. And we get out into the place of lifting each other up. Because we have our circle loves, don't we? We have our lovely, beautiful lovelies here. But outside of us, there are people who need us, who need that sweet touch, who need that kindness that you have. And I will tell you, as somebody who has delivered meals on Wheels, that there is nothing, I have never been so touched in my life. These are people who are out by themselves, alone, scared, nervous. And can you imagine how they feel right now with COVID? You could be that one sweet touch and say, here's your food. Keeping safe, wearing your mask, doing all the things. Here is your food. Bless you, God bless you. And then pray for that woman. Pray for that man all by themselves as you're going back to your car to go deliver another meal. I am telling you, when you give like that and you start doing that, you start to see humanity in the need. You start to see people who need you, and you got to be the one who touched them. Heart, mind, body, and soul. And we can be that. when we get out of this garbage. So focus on being that rising tide because you already are. So now you can put it into action and have it be the way that you run your life. Instead of going here, you're going out there. And number 5 is take responsibility for yourself. And I'm just going to say this one time. Please don't be spreading misinformation. Please don't be passing on conspiracy theories. Please don't. I don't care who said it. I don't care if it's coming from, the highest powers that be or whatever. There's a lot of this here that just, this is not helping. Take responsibility for not being that one. We can have our time back simply by taking it back. We can have and love somebody else up. But you know what? When you're passing this conspiracy stuff off, first of all, it's not proven. Second of all, you might scare the you-know-what out of somebody. And then it turns out to not be true. Is this really where we want to go? Are these the type of people we want to be? I talked about vibration a while ago, that energy is really vibration, and that we talked about low vibration and high vibration, and how you could watch on YouTube sand at a high vibration make these beautiful patterns. It's an incredible thing, and it's a good science lesson, for understanding exactly what energy is. Good high energy doesn't go to that low place. Doesn't go to that low place. What we saw yesterday was low, cowardly, and horrible. What we are talking about is being in that rising tide. And what we're talking about is a higher vibration, a higher energy, a higher degree of love. Not just for ourselves, which is really important, but for others out there. We care about what we're saying. We care and we're careful. This is one of the things as a nutritionist, oftentimes I'll hear people say, well, I heard, and I'm saying, well, show me the science. You heard something about nutrition. We hear this all the time. I read in a magazine, or I saw somewhere. That is not information that needs to be passed on. And I see a lot of foolish nutrition information being passed on as advice. And I can't tell you how many clients I've had to undo them because that's just not science. That's not what the nutrition science says. So we need to be about that, like that with everything. Show me, prove me, where does it say that? When we do this, we are a part of the lifting tide and a part of the higher energy. Number 6 is that surviving is not thriving. It's not. It is not equal to thriving. And we hear this all the time. We need to move through this. We can process this quickly if we don't just dismiss it. But I also want you to understand that to get to the place of thriving, there needs to be a little self-care here. And that includes prayer, meditation, and refusing to play in the sandbox of bullies and blame shifters. There's going to be a lot of that. There's going to be a ton of it. It's going to rain out of the cloud. We haven't even seen it all right, But don't play. We don't play with bullies. As a matter of fact, what do you do with your child when your child's getting bullied? You keep your child away from the bully. You confront it, yes, of course, or the parent or whatever you need to do, but you don't hang out. You don't tell your kid, go try again. No, you keep them away from the bully. You're protective, mama bear. Bring out the mama bear. This is okay. Claws are okay. Protection, protection, protection. Pull down the walls around your house. Close your curtains. Just keep it buttoned up. This is what we need to do for ourselves, for our sanity, and for those around us. It is up to us. It is up to us. And number 7, I remember I saw something today that, if you hear, that's Mark upstairs working on our closet. But if you hear somebody say, I just can't wait to get back to normal. I saw this today. And I think to myself, what is normal anyway? Except, Erma Bombeck used to say, normal is a setting on a dryer, right? Our normal's never going to be the same after this. We were never the same after 9/11, Something's been broken here. And we don't need to worry about that. You can't unring a bell. You've heard that before, right? But I want you to make peace with, okay, this happened. And now what I can do is I can be on my knees for it never happening again. I can be praying protective prayers for people who were in that house, doing their work as our representatives. We can do lots of different things, but I'm going to tell you right now, there's a million things that you can do to create your own peace and pass it around. Because the peace of the Lord passes all understanding, doesn't it? We know that. We love everything. We love our people, don't we? We love our children. We love our spouses. We love our communities. We love our friends. Let's be part of this rising tide then. Part of the rising tide to bring more peace into where it is that we need it. And we need this more than ever right now. So with that, I have some self-care for you. Because you know what? You've been throttled. And I'm going to tell you, I give you some science. You want to hear about this? Here's the deal. Here's the thing that you need to know. Our nervous systems were just whacked by a 2x4 yesterday. We all were like, how in the heck is this happening? It took a lot out of us. You need to be on top of your supplements, on top of them, especially that B complex, because that's the buffer for taking care of you and making sure that your stress is handled. You need to be hot milk mix. I mean, I can't tell you how important electrolytes are on this. This helps to keep us balanced. It helps to keep us hydrated, and it's critical. It's important. Keep these things going as if your life depends on it, because it does. When we have too much adrenaline going through our bodies, too much cortisol, which stress hormone, that numbs and stuns our immune system. We're in the middle of a pandemic, y'all. We need to be really taking good care of ourselves. Cautious, 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 care, care, care. Number 2, meditation, breath work equals calm. Breathing and just taking a look. You can get a breath, a breath app for your phone or for your watch or whatever. You can find them free in the app store. Get one and practice breathing and have it go off a couple of times a day. Just taking those calming breaths. You can actually see your blood pressure come down. You can see your heart rate come down, and it's a thing. It stimulates the parasympathetic nervous system, which is your calm. That is all about calming you down. You can yawn. You can sing a little bit. Singing. Can you imagine singing right now? And meditate. This brings us always back to center, and it helps us to cope, because we don't want to go to coping. Last night when I was in bed, I was like this. My fists were bunched up and I was in the fetal position, and I was thinking to myself, let it go. I had to do deep breathing, and I had to let it go because I was bunched up from all of this, and I thought I was handling it all right. But guess what? No, I wasn't. Because like everyone else, I was throttled by everything that happened yesterday. Number 3 is get some movement going. 4-minute workout, easy peasy, and it will help. It stimulates the parasympathetic nervous system. All movement does, and it will help you feel better. It gets a little bit of the Oxycontin going, and it gets a little bit of the dopamine going. Helps. If you can get outside, gets a little bit of sun, that also helps stimulate your vitamin D, and it'll make you feel better. Just get that deep breath in there, get outside, exercise, get things moving. Number 4, hello, sleep. I'll tell you, sleep is our friend right now, but don't sleep bunched up in the fetal position like I was last night. Sleep in a way that supports you. Do a sleep, have an Epsom salt bath before bed, 20 minutes with 4 cups of Epsom salts in there. Put a little lavender oil in there, lovely. Smell it and just let it relax you. Get into bed all nice and warm, but in a cool room, make it dark, put a weighted blanket on there. We've got a really good one on the Leanne Recommends page at Saving Dinner. I love my weighted blanket. It makes you feel, it calms you like a baby. It's good for your parasympathetic nervous system. It makes such a difference. Then go get a hug. Go find someone and hug them. Now, if you're alone, I'm serious, even hug yourself. But with your spouse, with your children, and do like a long 10-second hug. this releases oxytocin, you know, and when you're having a baby, you need the oxytocin, but this is the feel-good hormone. It helps you to feel good. It just floods you with just this like, you know, so get a hug, you know, and this is all in the name of self-care. Your husband will love it, so go get it. And number 6 is a laugh. That again, that stimulates the nervous system, the parasympathetic nervous system. You know, I think today is not the day for grisly crime movies and all of that. You know what we need to be watching? Funny stuff. My cousin Vinny will lay you out. I'm telling you, it's the funniest thing. It's probably one of my funniest favorite movies. And I love to imitate, of course, you know, the funny accents and everything, but hilarious. Find something funny. Patsy Good. Watch babies on YouTube. Sweet little babies. There's twins that are just adorable. But do something that makes you laugh. That releases. Yeah, no Breaking Bad for me. Oh my gosh, no. Heavens no. And number 7, I know people are saying, I want to give you a pass. Go eat all the carbs you want. Go drink, you know, a bottle of vodka or whatever. I'm going to say no. Because you know what it's going to do? It's going to make you feel worse. It might seem like an okay idea at the beginning and just like, oh, you know, it's just so hard. It's so this, it's so much. Forget it. Instead, stay the course, will you? This will make you feel better about yourself, number 1. And number 2, at the end of it, you get the reward that is huge. And you don't, let me just say, that is going to feed your fire for yourself, for your family, for everyone around you. And it's going to touch you deeply, deeply. It's going to help you to see that you can do big, hard things. You can do things and get beyond the realm of all the stuff that seems to be weighing you down. We all get weighed down. We all get to this place of just being absolutely gobsmacked by all the things that are going on. But guess what? We can check out, you know? This isn't the cockroach motel, you know? You can check out of this one. You can get out of this one. You're not stuck. So that's all I have for you today. That's all I have for you today. That's it. I just want to say to you that, you know, you are deeply loved by the people in your life. And it is your responsibility to deeply love yourself back and to spread this joy, to spread the care, and to just breathe. Yes, exactly, Lucy. To just breathe. We will get through this. We will come out stronger on the other side. I can say, you know, give you a million other platitudes, but suffice it enough to say right now that, you know, as a sisterhood, as a group of women who are just, you know, looking at each other as a community, you know, we've got this. We've got each other's backs. We have the encouragement and the support from one another, and we don't have to allow this to bring us down. It only will bring us down if we allow it to. You have to, you know, let me just say what happens here. You always have somebody knocking at your door. Are you going to let them in? It's your choice. It is your choice. And I'm going to tell you right now, the peace that passes all understanding, it's up there. Join your heart, join your spirit, and talk. Talk to him. And just let him know, you know, I'm in distress. I'm having a hard time with this. Okay. Use your tools. Come into our community. And if you're having a bad time, I'm telling you, I promise you, with everything that's within me, you will have the sisterhood rallying around you. That's what we do. That's what we do. So, and speaking of sisterhood, if you don't show up tonight, you're going to miss out, because I'm telling you, we've got some comedians in our chat, and I'm telling you, you know who you are. I'm asking you to show up. Everyone show up tonight. We're going to have a blast. We're going to have a blast, and we're going to take it to the next level. You know what? How weird yesterday that I was talking about living your legacy now instead of leaving a legacy, right? Sarah mentioned that in the group today. And, you know, we are all together, held together with community, with a connection that's deep and real and true. Most of us haven't met each other, but you know what? We will. We will, and you will be here on my boat doing my workshop sometime. That's what's going to happen. That's what's going to happen. I love you guys. I mean that with all of my heart. I love you so much. I appreciate you so deeply. And I'm going to tell you what, if this meant anything to you, if you found this helpful, do share it. Do share it. And I hope to see you tonight. Don't forget, it's savingdinner.com/burn. This is what's next after the sprint. I know you're enjoying this. I know you're getting good results already. Can't wait to see you tonight at 7 p.m. Eastern. savingdinner.com/burn. Thanks for being here. You're the best. Peace be with you.
Thanks for watching. You can find us on YouTube on the Saving Dinner channel or on the Saving Dinner Facebook page. Check back daily for new episodes, Monday to Saturday at 1 p.m. Eastern. If you missed the live show, you can watch the replay. Until next time, pinkies up.